Put in. Hi,
Hello.
fam. Hey, fam. Hey, fam. Hey, fam. I actually miss y'all because, of course, we haven't been live every single morning on A Course in Miracles. So we're here now for a brief conversation with you from Playa del Carmen. How you loving Playa del Carmen?
Playa del Carmen is like a dream.
It's like paradise,
It
huh?
is like paradise.
Yeah, yeah.
This is where we started our new year, and it has been absolutely delightful.
And we were in Cancun, and Cancun was off the chain
Yeah, Cancun
on New
was
Year's Eve.
was definitely a way to bring in the new year.
I was astounded.
Yes,
I was astounded.
yes.
And we have footage. So when all the footage goes up. So if you're brand new here to the channel, welcome. I'm Reverend Valerie Love, also known as Kaisi. I'm the author of over 20 books on practical spirituality. And we get to lead retreats all over the world. Currently, we're on the Mexico retreat here in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, Cozumel, and Isla Mujeres. Coming up in 2023, we'll be in
Coming up in 2023, we are starting off in Thailand, and then from Thailand. Wait, I don't think I gave Thailand enough of a pause. Thailand, Serenity.
Thailand.
From Thailand, we are hopping right over to Dubai. So in Dubai, we'll do, of course, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, which is my actual favorite part of the
Oh, you
UAE.
love Dubai, Abu
Abu
Dhabi
Dhabi.
better than
I
Dubai.
would actually stay in Abu Dhabi as
Oh,
opposed to Dubai.
wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
and that's going to be in March. And then in July, the end of June, July, we're going to go to Greece. And then from Greece, we're going to Italy.
I'm already ready for Greece because this dress is very Grecian.
It's very Grecian.
It's very Greek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even has the colors.
It's the perfect Greek colors.
Mhm.
It's the pattern. Yeah.
Everything.
I'm ready for Greece right now,
She's ready for Greece in this moment.
even though it's
We have travel
Mexico.
navigators in Greece right now.
We do. The Lesters.
The Lesters, hey y'all.
The Lesters are in Greece. Continue.
Yes, and from Italy, we will take a couple months of a pause. And at the end of September, we will be going to Egypt. And from Egypt, we'll be going to Tanzania and Zanzibar.
Ha! Then in 2024, 2024 is already shaping up. And so we have Peru in 2024 and India in September, October of 2024. We'll be there for Diwali. We'll also be there for the 9-day Punjab, where the goddess comes down every day for 9 days and kills another part of your ego, which is a spiritual ritual. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait for that too.
Yeah, yeah, I want that.
I wish it was now. We have to wait for a whole nother ball to drop. Wait.
They're actually going to be doing it. They do it every year.
Mhm.
So they're going to be doing it in a few months, September, October. We just won't be there.
We just want to be there.
Yeah. So we'll be doing it in 2024 with them. So this is a really short to the point conversation about how travel rapidly accelerates your spiritual growth and development. I want us to understand something. Everything that occurs in your life, whether you have manifestation issues, whether you're looking for a relationship, whether you're looking for more money, whether you're looking for love, you're creating your dream business, you're creating a retreat center, a coaching practice, you're an energy healer. All of our peeps here are some kind of spiritual something because this is a spirituality channel. Whatever you are creating, if your spirit ain't right, the thing ain't right. That could be the end of the video.
And you know what? That definitely was a mic drop. It definitely was a mic drop because it's so true.
If your spirit's not right, how are you going to create a retreat center? It's going to be funky.
Exactly. Anything that you create, if you create it, that's like creating something on sand as opposed to solid ground. And with spirituality, if your mind is not right, you know they always say, get your mind right.
Get your mind right.
An untrained mind accomplishes nothing.
Can't accomplish nothing.
So that's definitely in alignment with that. So you're right. That's the mic drop. No matter what it is you're trying to create, whether it be a relationship, a business, your home life, whatever it is, a career, all of it.
All of it is affected by your spiritual demeanor, your spirituality. And for people who are not really into spirituality, it's all good. We're not talking to them. We're talking to you because you're here and you are into spirituality. And that's why you're on this channel. And what we're offering to you is that there's a way to accelerate your spiritual growth and development. And the fastest way you can accelerate your spiritual growth and development is to get out of where you're accustomed to being, out of your house, out of your usual surroundings. You have to experience something new in order to be new.
Absolutely. And even when you go to different places across the globe, chances are no one's going to speak your language. That is an up leveling in itself. Finding your way around, getting something to eat, finding some place to go hang out, whatever it is you're trying to do. When you are in another country and you don't speak the language, there's nothing but spiritual growth all around you because you have to communicate on a soul level. Like it's no, yeah, you can use Google Translate, but even with Google Translate, you still have to do a little bit more than that. So for me, traveling, every time I come home, I'm a different person and a better person. So we're not just talking about different, we're talking about better. And whatever that definition is for you, you're never the same. You're never the same when you come back.
And what I love about travel is it makes us really walk out the things we learn in spirituality when we study. So we study A Course in Miracles in this community. We study Kabbalah. We study magical and occult esoteric teachings. And it's fine when you look in a book and it tells you to be patient. And it's fine when you are, being told to love more and to forgive. Well, what happens when you're on a plane and your plane is delayed for 9 hours?
It's real easy to be patient when you sit at home with yourself.
Yes. Sitting, reading your Course in Miracles, super patient.
And you never
no
leave the
problem.
house. You are patient. Yes, of course. And even when you are talking about relationships with others, it doesn't have to be a romantic or a love relationship. Just like Rev said, last night we went to a restaurant. It was extremely slow service. And I had to use all of ACIM.
All 361 lessons.
Yes.
To stay in the compartment of a spiritual master.
Exactly. So of course you can feel like you've ascended and you have arrived if you don't go anywhere. It's not until even getting to the airport, there's resistance and challenges, getting on the plane, landing, trying to find transportation to where you're going. You don't know how much of the course of your spiritual resources. You don't know how much you have to go into that spiritual toolbox when you're traveling the globe.
And you know what I love about travel? It's unexpected.
Yes.
Like you have no idea what's coming next.
No, not at all.
None whatsoever. And you're totally not in control of any of it.
Yeah, so there's no scripting.
It's non-scripted. And you can't control it if you wanted to, because you can't control when planes take off.
No.
And you can't control when your flight gets canceled.
No, not at all.
And then what do you do when you're in an experience that you are not enjoying? What do you do? Are you having a hissy fit, yelling at people, escalating? Are you still in perfect peace? Like travel for me is a spiritual exercise, and it grows you up quick, doesn't it?
Real quick.
Yeah. Lastly, I feel that travel expands you. So in addition to it exposing us to something new, that's the first thing we talked about. It's going to expose you to so much that's new. Things you've never seen before, food you've never seen before, languages you've never experienced before, lands you've never seen before, food you've never seen before, right? You have to navigate all that.
All of it.
Right? Secondly, you're completely out of control. You cannot control the whole narrative like you may be able to control in your little life.
Absolutely.
We're good at that, right?
Yes.
Controlling our little lives. We're good at that.
Yes, absolutely. And even like ordering off the food menu, sometimes you're just guessing, really. Even with a translator, you're like guessing.
Yeah.
You have
Is
no
idea.
Be
good?
You
Is
have
it
no
not?
idea.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
And then the third aspect of it is the expansion, that you're instantly expanded if you allow yourself to go with the flow, not argue, not fight. You're expanded. Even going to the airport is an expansive experience, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, I love airports.
Me too. And I'm not talking about your home airport. I'm talking about like when you land.
Yeah.
On your layover.
Like, whoa. Doha. I was walking around Doha like this. What?
Yes.
I asked for some coffee and it came in this big configuration thing.
Oh.
And yeah. I was like, oh my, look at this.
Yes.
And it was like, whoo. When I drank it, I was like, whoo, this is some real coffee right here, right? And so the expansion, you're going to be expanded, pulled. You're going to go beyond who you think you are and what you think you can do, which then translates to your life. It means that now in your life, you are accomplishing more than you think you are and doing bigger and bigger things than the you that you have in the little mind, right? Does your self concept exponentially expand, like who you see yourself as?
Absolutely, especially when you take that first international flight with yourself, even if you're meeting us somewhere. If you're taking that first international flight with yourself, you don't have a companion, you don't have a buddy, you're going to the airport and you won't see anyone that you know until you make it to the other side. That is expansion. That is when you know, okay, I'll never forget when the first time I flew internationally, well, I think I flew to Mexico with myself and maybe like went to Canada by myself. But the first time I flew to a whole nother continent, with myself, of course, like you may have some reservations about doing something like that, but I knew I would be good. So it wasn't that I was frightened or scared or any of that. I was like, hey, it is what it is, let's go. And from that moment, that's when I met up with Rev in the community in Dubai. But all the other countries that I went to, I was with myself along the way. And once you accomplish something like that, the sky's the limit. It's like the first time I jumped out of a plane. After doing something like that, there's nothing else that you can't accomplish. After jumping out of a perfectly good plane, 20,000 feet in the sky, that there's no fear with anything that you do. So that's how I felt when I traveled across the globe internationally to I went to 2 continents with myself. Went to Asia and I went to Europe with myself in that experience. And what I can tell you is when you do that alone, just you and you, it's nothing but opportunity for growth. And after that is complete, you will know that you're untouchable.
It sounds like trust, what you're describing.
Yes.
It sounds like a real rock solid trust in the universe. Trust that you're going to be okay, even if you're, like we say, with yourself. Because some people are afraid to leave town. They're afraid to leave town with people. They're afraid to leave the town that they were born in.
Yes.
There are some people that have never left the state.
Absolutely. I know a lot of people have not left Cleveland.
They have not left Cleveland.
Even to go to Columbus.
Even to go to another part of Ohio.
Yes.
Much less another state, another country.
Yes.
And it's no judgment on anyone that does that. We're talking to you because you want more for you. It's okay if they want to do that. Let them do that. Let them stay home. Let them chill. You who watch this channel, you who are in this spiritual community, you want that epic nature. You want to be able to be a global citizen and hop from one country to the other at will, unencumbered, unimpeded. We're talking to you because that's your freedom. Right? We're here for your freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Freedom. So that you can live that epic life and stretch yourself into doing these things that you will amaze yourself doing. Like I see myself doing, even in 2022, going to all these countries. I was amazed at what I saw myself doing because Spirit was in charge.
Absolutely. And you were, like we always talk about someone being the Sherpa. You were my Sherpa. I will never forget when you went to Bali, Indonesia.
Bali. I was like, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Or the one-way ticket. Didn't speak the language. Didn't even know where you were going when you got off the plane. And at the time I was like, oh, that's crazy. But then once I started doing it too, it was like, oh, this is living. This is that God life.
Oh, what?
Wait a minute. I don't have to wait for nobody. That is definitely the true definition of freedom.
Do it. So, pardon me. We want you to come with us. We don't want to just tell you about it, just like we're here at the Mexico retreat and we're having an amazing time. Cancun was so wild and crazy. I was like,
we needed a pool day.
I was blown away.
Yes.
Cancun, yeah, I just laid by the pool.
Yeah, we needed
all
a pool day
today.
today. We needed a pool day
Because it was quite. So we go from Cancun to Playa del Carmen, then we're going to Cozumel, and then we end up in Isla Mujeres before we return to Cancun again. Isla Mujeres is one of my favorite little islands off of Mexico. It's in Mexico, off of the coast of Mexico. And from Isla Mujeres, you can look over and see Cuba, actually. Isn't that,
Really?
yes.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is.
Yes. So lots of water, 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 water. And we want you with us. And the reason we want you with us is not only for your own rapidly accelerated, right? You can go leaps and bounds. You can go much faster.
Absolutely. Like someone who, like the people that are here on the Mexico retreat, they're going to have that exponential growth way faster than someone who may have opted not to come or maybe just didn't know about it. They might have more growth in these 9 days than somebody else might have had the whole 365
In a
without
year,
going.
2 years. We see people make quantum leaps at these spiritual retreats, and especially the spiritual practices that we engage in that are deep. We see people make leaps and bounds. In one trip, they come back changed,
Mhm.
and their life is completely changed. Like we've seen that over and over and over again. I've had the honor of leading retreats for over 17 years. Just
Wow.
ponder that. The
Wow.
first retreat I did was a weekend retreat with women in the DMV. It was local, DC, Maryland, Virginia. And there were about 25, 26 women in the room. And it was called the Divine Life's Purpose Women's Retreat. And it was in June of 2005.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
What?
Just 2005. Like that's street cred right there.
That was before
That's
YouTube. That was before Insta. That was
Yeah.
before all of that. And the retreat was incredible. And then we started doing retreats regularly because I couldn't believe how fast the women in the room were getting it.
Yeah.
You know, that group dynamic,
Mhm.
that whole being sequestered away from the kids and this one and that one. You try to sit down at home and write your book, or you try to map out your purpose or work on your best in the world statement, or all the things that we do in this community. You're going to have a challenge doing that with the kids, the dogs, the birds, the boo, the da, 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 right?
Absolutely.
So that sequester, when I took those women out of their life and in their room, it was magic to them.
Yes.
Oh, it was so much magic to them.
I've been witness to the magic these last 10 years that I've been in community. I've witnessed the magic every single time we've gotten together. Every single time we've gotten together, I've witnessed it. And it's something that you can't even describe. It's something that you have to be there. You have to be in the room to understand what we're talking about.
And it never gets old, does it?
It never gets old.
And it's never the same, right?
It's definitely never the same. like we could put together an itinerary. However, that itinerary, we will go by it.
Yeah.
However,
It's
much
gonna be,
more,
a whole
much
lot
more will be in store than what's on the itinerary.
It's always so much more than what we have on the website, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness, incredible. So I'm speaking these because I will no longer be, my whole 2022 was every day online, every day with our community or for platforms. Fifth platform when you count Odyssey and being on the Odyssey blockchain, right, as a backup. I don't do that anymore. So because I'm not every day, we're doing spiritual life coaching in person. We are doing plant medicine in person. We are transforming lives in the room, in the moment.
Yes.
So that when you go back to your life, you go back a whole new spiritual badass. That's what we're about. So to wrap up, what do you want to say to our peeps about Soul Excursions? Oh, I need to go on screen share and show them Soul Excursions too,
Okay.
right? Okay, tell them about Soul Excursions. What do you want to tell our peeps about Soul Excursions while we go on screen share for a minute there?
Well, we set our lineup at the beginning of this live stream where we're going in 2023. And no matter what type of bliss list you have created for yourself, one of those destinations is probably on it. So if you've been dreaming and dreaming and dreaming of going to Thailand, now is your chance. If you've been dreaming, so many people have been saying, I want to go to Greece. So many people have said Egypt is their dream destination. Whatever that is, if it's on this list, do not hesitate. Come with us now. It is not too late. This is something that I promise you is going to be transformative, way more than you could ever imagine, especially if you're someone that I was that girl. I was that girl who had my 9-to-5 job, and I was sneaking in my cubicle watching Rev in Bali, Indonesia, wishing I was there. Don't be that girl.
You were sneaking watching
Yes,
watching me in Bali
yes. I was like in my cubicle with my
on
phone with my
YouTube
headset
like this.
while they were in Bali having the time of their life, wishing I could be there. Don't let that be you.
That was the Your Book in 5 Days Bali
Yes,
retreat.
I was not
Oh
there.
my goodness, that's where Dr. Denise Bacchus wrote Workplace Voodoo. An
Mm.
incredible book. Incredible books came out of that experience. Incredible books. So that's it. Make a decision, make a choice, make a move, and we're going to see you on the next soul excursion, right?
Yes.
Love you. Peace.
Love y'all. Peace.
Thank you, Spirit.